Hey, I guess I am live. Okay. What is going on? I'm going to find me a banner here. How about this one? Okay. I'm Sherry, and my channel is called In Sherry's Opinion. And that's what it is going to be based on, is my opinions. Um, so welcome. Um, I'm going to start with Evelyn Boswell. Um, she was not actually 15 months old. She was 13 months old at the time she was killed. And she was killed by her mother, Megan Boswell, who is in jail and will never get out. And I pulled up some stuff about Evelyn um, that I could show you, and I will show you those things. Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that yet. I have to mute my damn self. Hold on.
We are continuing to follow new developments after the woman accused of killing her 15-month-old baby appeared in court this afternoon.
At Megan Boswell's hearing today in Blountville, a judge heard arguments over whether certain photographs could be used as evidence and shown to jurors when the case goes to trial. Megan Boswell's accused of killing her then 15-month-old daughter, Evelyn, over 2 years ago. Now she faces 2 counts of felony murder and is accused of lying to investigators. Her daughter's remains were found on a family member's property.
In today's hearing, a forensic pathologist said Evelyn's cause of death was asphyxia, and a TBI agent said her body was found inside of a trash can in a playhouse.
Ansley Daniel has been in the courtroom throughout the day monitoring the graphic testimony. Ansley, let's go through the developments that came out of the hearing today.
Well, Josh and Sarah, a lot of information came out of this 3-hour hearing today that detailed the photos of the night that Evelyn was found. Now, the purpose of today's hearing was to decide which photos could be used in trial. They weren't shown today, but were only described in testimony. That testimony, though, revealed that Evelyn died of asphyxiation or suffocation. The state did bring in a forensic pathologist to explain how these photos reveal her cause of death, along with how decomposed her body was when it was found. It explained that Evelyn was found inside of a playhouse, but that her body was wrapped in aluminum foil, then inside what is described as a thick fleece blanket. She was then put in a trash bag and placed upside down in a garbage can.
What's really important for me was to show the placement of the foil and how tightly actually one can see the outline of the head and upper body with the foil being attached. So it's not crumpled foil from somebody, I don't know, barbecuing or doing something and then putting it next to the child. It's actually wrapped around the upper part of the child.
The photos also show indentions on Evelyn's head and body from the foil and blanket, and show that her body was in a position the pathologist said wouldn't allow her to breathe. The court did have to take a recess before getting deep into that testimony today because Megan Boswell hadn't seen the photos before today's hearing. She was visibly crying when she walked back into the courtroom this afternoon.
The pictures that
The pictures that were shown were too graphic for a jury. Hi, Marcy. I got you this time. Let me tell you, I don't care if she was a young mother or not. This is my show. This is my opinions. So I'm going to give it to you. I had my first kid 5 days after I turned 15 years old. I had 3 by the time I was 19. By one man. I didn't go off and kill my kids. Her age was no excuse. As far as we knew, she wasn't on drugs. She may be mentally off a little bit, but I think that's because the way she was raised, her mom was a drug addict. I mean, it's proven. That has all been proven in court. She had a bad childhood. Hey, so did I. My dad was an alcoholic. I seen him beat on my mother. You know, anytime my dad would raise his voice, I would wet my pants. That's how scary it was. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for what she did. That baby was helpless. See, by the time if she had lived in February, she would have been 15 months old. But she was killed in December. The last one to see her was in December, and that was before Christmas. So it was like in mid-December when that baby was killed by her mother. And the way she was put in upside down caused her head to bend backwards, probably from struggling, and then the weight of her dead body on top of her caused her head to turn backwards. The weight pushed her head backwards. That baby did not wrap herself up in aluminum foil and a blanket and get inside of a trash bag and get inside of a trash can and then stuffed into a playhouse. It didn't happen. The mother is guilty as hell, and she deserves the death penalty as far as I'm concerned, because you just don't mess with kids. Hi, Cindy. The way I understand this, she is going to be tried. Her trial starts in February. So it's going to be 2 years, basically a 2-year anniversary of when this baby was found. She was found February of 2020. And she wasn't reported missing until for 2 months. 2 months. So there is a new law, and it is called Evelyn's Law. And I don't know the specifics on it, except for if there's a child missing, by law, you have to report that child missing within so much time. I mean, what parent is going to not call unless they're hiding something? Which is going to bring us into, bless this little Evelyn's heart. She was a doll, and I know anybody would have been proud to take her. I mean, all she had to do was go to CPS and say, look, I can't take care of her anymore. I love her, but I can't. And that's hard. That's got to be hard to give up your child. But I'm telling you, that is the most unselfish thing to do. Because if you love your child enough to give them up, it's got to be hard. There's no way around it. But it's the most unselfish thing to do. And it brings me back to when I had to have my dog put down. I didn't want to. I wanted to keep her. I just loved her, and it was hurting me so bad to make that decision. But then I look at her and I think, this is the best thing for her because she's in so much pain. we can't be selfish. And now she's going to pay. Megan, the mother, is going to pay with her life in prison. And I have no sympathy for her whatsoever. I hope she has hell in prison. I really do. I hope, because she's a baby killer, that they treat her really bad. Which we're going to, I'm going to break this up. I'm going to do Kiely next because I have more on Summer Wells than I do on Kiely. There are things about Kaylee's case that is I want to talk about. So I'll switch over to Kiely. Or yeah, Kiely. Why did I call her Kiely all the time? Let me see here. Yeah, Kylie Rodni. All right, let me end this. No. Okay. There is this. Okay. Let me see, make sure that you guys can see this. Before I go on, I want to make sure you can see this. I should do that one. Oh, shoot. No. All right. Crap. Hold on. Let me mute myself so I don't get a bunch of noise. I don't have to mute myself with this one, I guess. Okay. Okay. I might have to put my glasses on, though. All right, you can see it. Okay. I saw the official, shoot. I saw the official, death certificate for Kiely. Yes, she was cremated. It was on the death certificate. And Kylie's boyfriend is living with them. Right here, he's living with the family because they don't think he's guilty of anything. I know there was some questions about Kiely. Oh. And Kylie's mother, let me see if I can pull this one up. Let's see what it says on Kiely. Nope. Not the cause of death. Let's go to her memorial. Oh no, I want YouTube. I want YouTube. Um, can't stand her. Oh well.
We are so grateful to have the opportunity to join together today with our friends, family, and community in Kiely's name. Though we gather together,
wait.
grief and healing, to have the opportunity to.
All right. We'll stop that. Okay. Have to do this every time.
To join together today with our friends, family, and community in Kiely's name. Though we gather together, grief and healing is such a personal and individual thing. Today we will honor Kiely in honoring each other and holding each other up as we grieve in our own ways. We'll laugh, dance, share stories, songs, and poetry, or maybe we'll cry in a corner or at the podium. It's all okay. We'll remember and we'll create new memories as we all learn how to move forward in a world where we miss her. We are so blessed to be able to miss her together and to walk together into tomorrow. The way that she has brought everyone together, even in death, is a legacy that I will cherish forever. I'm hearing stories about people wanting to be nicer to each other in her memory. Kiely's dear friend recently told her mom that before all of this happened, she thought the word community had no real meaning, that it didn't really exist. But after Kiely went missing, the way our community showed up in full force showed her that it in fact is so very real and so powerful. That kind of impact on our teens gives me hope, the demonstration of strength and togetherness, and the way that they have an army of supporters standing behind them will carry them far as they enter adulthood. We would like to thank everyone who has come together to support us in what we hope will be the most difficult time of our lives. There's no way that we'll be able to.
I just got to say something real quick. I cannot stand her. I don't know what it is about this woman. She is so unreal, so fake to me. Um, I'll just mute here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. It's ridiculous.
To ever return the kindness, generosity, and compassion that has been extended to
Uh-oh.
us over the last month.
That ain't gonna work either. Shit. Guess that won't work.
We will live the rest of our lives trying, and in that trying, Kiely will be with us, reminding us to be kind, laugh, and sing, and that sometimes it's even okay to cry. In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive. Remember the three gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business. You are talking about the death of my child, our community's child. It's time to let our children mourn their friend quietly, peacefully. I hope you can find other, more beautiful and helpful ways to spend your time and remember Kiely. Call your mom, take a walk, pick up a new hobby. Please know we got this. Let her rest.
Please know that these kids are the ones starting the shit on social media. They're the ones that are doing it. Sammy, the very next weekend, before Kiely was even found, was out partying the very next freaking weekend. And it was all taped. She's not in misery. She doesn't miss her friend. She wasn't her friend. Friends don't do that. She's living it up. I don't care what anybody says. Kiely was not alive when she was put in the water. And she was pushed into that water. They rolled the windows down because they knew that this car would sink faster. I mean, they're high school kids. I mean, grown-ups, basically. They knew what they were doing. I understand why they had her cremated. They didn't have to. But after being in the water for 2 weeks or however long she was there, we don't know exactly how long she was there. But I watched Christina Randall. And she made a lot of sense. She was talking about, that's a small community and everybody knows everybody, and I know because I've lived in those kind of places. Everybody's related. And so it's like you can't tell on anybody. You gotta. That's why they haven't done anything, because it's you tell on one and it's like it causes a big ruffle in their community. That's why she said the community's daughter. She knows that something happened to her daughter, but she's willing to be snowballed into letting it go, just letting it go. It's like back in the day when women would go into a grocery store all beat up, and people would look at her and know that her husband did it because her husband's with her and he's a jerk, and um but nobody does anything about it. They just sweep it under the rug. It's kind of like what she's doing, in my opinion. Plus, they have that house there that they need to sell. Who's going to want to buy it from them? You know, who's going to want to give them a decent price if she turns anybody in? It's political, basically. But I don't remember where I saw the autopsy report, but it was an official autopsy report. Had the seal on it. Excuse me. But it was real. It was Kiely's and everything. But it said that the cause of death, and it said undetermined. So when the toxicology comes back, they'll give out another one. Now there was like 3 lines on it that were blackened out. You know how they do, where you couldn't see it. And I cannot remember what channel it was, but it was a YouTube channel that they ordered it, and they got her autopsy report. I guess because it's just a public record thing, and you know, you pay a little bit and you can get it. I was trying to figure out what that is back there. Oh, it's a kitchen. Okay. And then last night I watched the I didn't comment at all, but I watched the case about Summer Wells from Josh. And he was asking if Summer Wells' case is going cold. Now, this is what really irks me, is because people, they don't let Summer's name die, don't let her case go cold and all this, but they get mad if you do videos because you're making money off of Summer's name. And then you don't make videos, and then they say that you're not keeping her name out there. So what is it? What do you want? You know, that's my point. What the hell do you want? You know, it's like, can't win for losing. Well, you're making money off of Summer's name. Well, nobody's talking about Summer anymore. What do you want? What do you freaking want? That's my question. I said from the very beginning, if they didn't find her on that hill, because she's somewhere around that area, around her home. And see, by the time they find her, they're not going to be able to prove what killed her unless there's blunt force trauma to her head, which there won't be, because she was killed by medication. She was overdosed. And then she was left to die in the car or in the truck. And then they got rid of her for a little while because they knew they'd be searching. And then they brought her back to the property and buried her there so they could keep an eye on her. So, you know, once a body's been gone for a long time, it's hard to prove how they died. So they'll probably walk away without charges on Summer Wells. Because neither one of them's going to admit it. And Hawkins County did screw this whole thing up. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. They screwed up. They screwed up bad because they did not take the parents in and question them separately for hours and hours and hours and break them down Grandma, too, which they should have done, regardless of Candace being in the house saying she wasn't going to talk to the cops. What the is that all about? I mean, what the F? I would have said, excuse me, I'm law enforcement and you're going to fucking talk to me. Sorry. You were the last one to see your child. What happened? Because she knows. Candace knows. Candace was there. Candace was the last one that was in charge. How can she not be guilty? Nobody went up there and took her. And if she'd have wandered off, there would, and I've said this before, there would be evidence that she wandered off. I mean, if she wandered off, they would have found her. They were out there, they're hollering for her, looking for her, they would have found her. Okay? If a bear had got her, or a coyote, or a pack of wolves, or whatever, they would know it. And if she walked down the street and got picked up or hit by a car, somebody would know. But nobody's going to sneak up there unless it was somebody they knew and knew exactly where she was going to be and knew that the dogs weren't going to be there to bark and nobody else would be around to see it. No. I mean, Grandis was there, Candace was there, the three boys were there, and about 50 dogs. So you cannot tell me that she was stolen off that hill. If she'd have wandered away, she would have been found. Remnants of her body would have been found if she had been attacked by an animal. The only other thing is that she was sold, and I don't believe that happened either. Drugging Summer was a regular thing for Candace to do. So Candace wouldn't have to mess with her. She wouldn't have to deal with her. She let her boys, the older one I know, drink and smoke pot. And he was 12 then. He's 13 now, I believe. But, I mean, look at them. They did nothing to look for their kid. And like Kylie's mother says, silence is, oh shit, I don't remember what she said, but when somebody is silent, to me, that is guilt. That's a sign of being guilty. When you don't say anything to anybody, I guess I'm a very opinionated person. I don't understand why they weren't questioned at first hours, and just like you said, they never understood that. I never understood that. No, I haven't. Thank you guys, all you guys, for coming in and watching. You're more than welcome to write in the chat. I want your opinions. I have opinions. I want to hear your opinions too. If you have any questions, wondering hearts. See, it's like with the California City Boys. it's going to be impossible to, and just like it was with Kaylee Anthony, when she was found, all it was bones. Now, she had duct tape all around her mouth and her face, and she was in a plastic bag. But the animals get to it. They just do. That's just what they do. And there was no way to prove how she died or who did it because she was all skeleton. And I don't buy that. I really don't buy that because she was supposed to be with her mother. Zanny the nanny was not even a real person. She lied about where the apartment was at and where she worked and all this other crap. The only reason Casey, she wanted to quiet the child, so she gave her something and gave her too much. Then she went to pick her up. She realized something's not working right. Something's wrong. Maybe she was, I kind of don't think she was dead. I really don't. And then she tied her mouth with plastic duct tape and put her in her blanket and everything in this plastic bag. She put her in the trunk of her car. The duct tape was to keep her quiet, but she would rather go out and party and have a good time and keep this child away from its grandmother because that's how selfish she was. She didn't want her mother to have any kind of pleasure. She wanted to hurt her mother by taking this child away from her. And she wanted to go out and party, which she did, just like Sammy's doing. Just like Dawn and Candace did. I mean, I don't understand. I know law enforcement has laws they have to follow, but I think they need to refine their laws because their laws aren't working. They need to be a little bit more aggressive on things like this because when children are missing or they get killed, it is 99% of the time the parents. Minute times is it anybody else. Stranger abductions are very rare. When it, and then I think of this newborn baby. It was like 2 weeks old. And I remember the dad he was bald and he was all tattooed up. And him and his wife lived in this trailer. And I can't remember their names, so if you can think of it, remind me. But they lived in a trailer house, and they put the baby in this like seat type thing, and that's where it was sleeping. And they woke up in the morning and it was gone. And the mother is hollering for this baby, and I'm like, do you think that this 2-week-old baby is going to answer you? Mom, I'm right here. Dumbass. What did you do with your baby? Because a 2-week-old baby cannot crawl away. Nobody got into their house. They were drug addicts. And when the cops showed up, it was a disaster. The father was out in the woods looking for his baby. Like his 2-week-old baby is going to be out there in the woods. Why? No, he was out there hiding the baby in the woods because that's where the baby was found. And can't see. McNabb. Yep. That case pissed me off. They the cops get there and they've got people, uh, neighbors and friends and shit going in and out. As soon as they got there, they should have said everybody out of the house and not let anybody in that house. The cops should have went in there and searched it, and they should have made it a automatic crime scene. Automatic. Nobody in or out. And the same thing with the Ramsey case. What in the hell? No, everybody out of the house. We're sealing it off. It's a crime scene. You're not taking anything. You're not going in and out. You're out of here. They're not using their authority that they have. I mean, there was a cop in the shooting in Texas, the last school shooting. He seen the guy with the gun going towards the back door of the school. But he was waiting for his head officer to tell him to shoot. Excuse me? I would have shot him anyway. You got a gun and you're going towards the school, you ain't surviving. That's just how I feel. I mean, I would go to prison for killing him. No problem. But I would have saved a bunch of kids. And there's just so much stuff that makes me mad. I don't know. Maybe it's just, like I said, is it a full moon? um, the one they found in the well. I know that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was baby Dylan that they found in a milk crate that was weighted down with rocks. Hi, Bailey. Sharon. Wondering Hearts. I came in late. Did it say cause of death on undetermined? It said it was undetermined. And it's still open. They're going to give another death certificate once the toxicology comes in, and then they'll have another one. As long as it says undetermined, they can change it. They can change that to whatever they want. But the parents, they're not pushing for foul play, which I don't understand that. Well, I watched Christina Randall, and why that says that. Oh, yeah, you can't say the M word, Sharon. Okay. Oh, I guess you can't say that word either. Okay. I didn't know that. Um, it's just YouTube flags words. But yeah, they were having, I don't know if I can say drugs or not, but they were having drug problems. Um, oh, you don't have to be sorry. Um, who else? Um, there's a lot of cases that I don't think are going right. I mean, like Harmony Montgomery. Why didn't the courts give her to a foster family instead of her father, because her father was already in jail and in and out of jail for different things that are not good. I don't get it. I really don't. That wasn't a safe home for that baby. Maybe. And then what happens to the judge? Nothing, right? I mean, the judge gives this man his kid, and his kid ends up missing for what, 3 years now, and nobody knows where she's at. They've checked sewers and everything else. In the refrigerator deal, when they pulled that out of the house, it really made me think, what did actually happen to her? Because when I did a reading for her, I knew that her father had beat her to death. I knew that. I could see that. And the reasons why that he did it was because he would get mad at his ex-wife or girlfriend or something, Harmony's mom. And when he would get mad at Harmony's mom, he would take it out on Harmony. Um, but that's what I see. Um, I saw him burying her, not, like dismembering her or anything like that. And then there's this woman, and you guys help me out. Collier is her last name, and she was kidnapped. They say she wasn't kidnapped, but I've been trying to kind of keep up with it. Something about her daughter and her stepdad, but they think it's the daughter that did it. She sent her daughter a Venmo message, and she was found nude, burned, and hanging on to a small tree. She had sent her daughter a big bunch of money on a Venmo. Um, and I will tell you guys, I am trying to raise money for, well, I need a used washer and dryer. But I would really, really, really like to get a dog. I need that. I really need that. I mean, I need that for my comfort. And I know this sounds crazy coming from me, but when this carton of cigarettes I have is gone, I promised my son that I would start vaping because it's cheaper and it doesn't stink up the house and, stuff like that. He doesn't like the cigarettes. It bothers him real bad. He just thinks it stinks, and it does stink, and I know it does. But I was thinking, okay, if I can just vape, because it does give you nicotine. I don't know if you guys vape, but if you do, send me some tips. I don't know. You're not supposed to inhale it. Is that the way I understand it? But it still has the nicotine in it, so you won't go through the withdrawals or whatever. Excuse me. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to be like, I'm going to kill you if I don't get a cigarette. I don't want to do that. Um, I had to check my phone every little bit. Uh, oh, yeah, even young people can be good parents. Take little puffs. You inhale. Hi, Bobby. And I see a Bailey. If I didn't say hi to you, I see some new people that I haven't seen, so I appreciate that. Um, I have a PayPal, but I don't have. I've never gotten paid from YouTube, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I have a PayPal, uh, and there is a tip line still for Kiely. Um, and for summer, summers we all know is what is it? 1-800 TBI find. Um, which I'm not done griping about that situation. I just don't think that they did enough. I don't think that they did enough. Yeah. 1-800, I have Summers right here. Did it go on? Yeah, there it is. And then I have Rodni's, or Kiely Rodni's right there. And this, I guess I should say, is for entertainment purposes only. Trigger warnings. So I have a few here made up. I guess most of them are trigger warnings, but okay. So I'll take this one off. Let me get back up here. I can delete that one. Where'd it go? Oh. Yeah, I can edit it. I can redo it. Let's see. Well, what makes me mad? Take little puffs and you inhale. Okay, do you get the flavored kind, or do you just? I'm just gonna get the plain old full flavored cigarette kind. But I was thinking, okay, if I want a doggy, which I do, and I'm gonna get one, come hell or high water, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I can't. So I'm raising, trying to raise money. Um, trying to raise money so I can get me a doggy. But I don't want to be smoking around my doggy. And that's another reason why I decided to start vaping. Um, because it's not going to affect the dog. Um, and I mean, I subscribe, I shouldn't, but to a lot of dog stuff on YouTube and stuff, like dodos and pitties and stuff like that. And I shouldn't, because it makes it worse. It does. It makes it worse. Um, I mean, it should make me feel better. I mean, they're cute and everything, but it's like I miss them so bad. I can't do it no more without them. Uh, my doggies just mean too much to me. And if you're a dog person, you'll understand. I mean, they give you so much love and joy. And I just want to be able to sit on the couch with it and pet it and, take it outside and throw the ball. And because I'm going to let her off the leash. I don't care what they say. And I'll do it when everybody's gone. But, um, start with 2 milligrams, still potent. And then it goes up from there to, okay, does it, the way that I understood it was you can get it weaker and weaker and weaker until you don't need it anymore. Is that right? Flavor I normally smoke. Okay. Look in the free section or place ad. Look in the free section or place an ad for a home. For what? I don't, I missed something. I know that, I mean, I've found places that have, um, used washers and dryers. I mean, I have my gun to sell. I have the receipt, the original receipt and everything. Um, Not necessary. Sorry, a dog companion. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a place around here. There's actually a few. They don't have a whole lot of dogs, but what they do with them is they foster them. They give them to families and so they live with people. They're not in cages. And I like that idea because then they know how to act around people. And you just got a Shih Tzu Bichon Frise. I have had a Shih Tzu before, and I should show you her picture. Her name, she was a miniature Shih Tzu. Her name was Cookie, and they require a lot of work. You have to brush their hair every single day because hers was the long flowy kind. I guess you could get them puppy cuts. That would be cute. I should do that. I'll get her picture real quick. This is when this is when she was a little puppy. Uh Shoot, here. I'm going the wrong way. There. Isn't she sweet? Boy, that little girl was tough. She thought she was tough. Um, she, it was terrible. I would go to work and she would cry the whole time I was gone because somebody was at my house living with me and she recorded it because I didn't believe her. But that dog was like stuck to me. And she slept with me. And if anybody tried to come in to like shake me awake or anything, she'd bite them. She'd attack them. She would. She's left scars on people. She's a tough little thing. I think a I think a Chihuahua would be scarier than a pit bull, which is what I'm going for. I want an American Staffordshire, female, red nose. I want a red and white one. But I want one that needs me, like really bad. I mean, like the ones at the Humane Society. Well, they call it the animal shelter, but it's actually the dog pound because they keep them for so long and then they euthanize them. And I don't like that. But they keep them in cages and they don't have names, they have numbers like prisoners. And I cannot stand that. I mean, they don't know anything about these dogs. They don't know how old they are or nothing. I mean, they don't know if they're housebroken or if they've ever been hurt. They don't know shit about these dogs because they pick them up as strays off the street, which is sad. And I always get upset when people have pets at 6 months. If you have a dog at 6 months old, you need to have them spayed or neutered because people are breeding and breeding and breeding. And where are all these dogs going? I don't like dog fighting. I I know people are probably still doing it. I know they are. And they all need to go to prison for it. And let the dogs attack them. Because what they're doing is they're creating these dogs that nobody is going to be able to love. Well, some of them do. There was a stray pit bull female that was walking down the road when I was living somewhere else, and you could tell she had been bred a lot, and she had a lot of scars on her. And I brought her into my house, and I called her baby or sweetie or something like that. She was just so sweet. Um, I wanted to keep her, but I already had two other dogs, and they got along. They were fine. Um, but I ended up giving her to this guy, and I asked him. I said, "Have you had pit bulls before?" And he said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Okay." He lived in the country, and I thought, well, that'd be a good place for her. Be out in the country. Maybe all the other dogs will, leave her alone. Like I don't know. He didn't have any dogs, but she wouldn't be fought again or bred again. And the country is just the best place for a dog, I guess. But um, he killed her. He shot her because she went after um his daughter's cat. And I told him when I gave him to her, I said, if you cannot keep her or if it does not work out, bring her back to me. And he said, okay. And I was pissed. I was so mad at him. I didn't talk to him anymore. He just worked at the same place I did. He was a security guard. Um, but I didn't give her to him so she could die. That that bothered me. Still bothers me. Um, Cookie, I got her from my sister that never could get her potty trained. And her new boyfriend that she was going to move in with wouldn't let her bring her little Shih Tzu. I would have found another place to live. Because nobody's going to tell me that. Me and my last husband, we were talking. And he said, he was talking about his dog. And by this time, I didn't have any dogs. My two were gone by that time. And he said, once he's gone, I'm not getting no more dogs. We're not having no more dogs. And I looked at him and I said, the hell you say? I said, that's where we're going to fight. That's what's, and I got dogs anyway. I didn't care. And the reason he didn't want any more dogs is because it hurts so bad when you lose them. It really does. And then I got Sweet Pea. And she's just little bitty tiny baby puppy. She was 5 weeks old when we got her. I know she was because I know dogs well enough to know. She was 5 weeks old. I should pull up my doggy pictures. Let me see if I can. Maybe I should put my glasses back on. I'd like to show you my dog pictures. Let's see. Let me see, what's this? No. I'm going to find some pictures for you. I wonder how I can do this. I've never tried this before. This is probably where I lose people, and I don't mean to do that. It's a bunch of stuff I've done. Okay, there's this one. How do I share that with you? Let's see. Oh. I don't know how to share that with you. Let me see. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see if you can see that. Maybe, oh, there it is. Okay. Come on, baby. That's my Sweet Pea. Oh. I cry for her every day. It's ridiculous. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't know if you see that one. Oh, yeah. Actually, when I took that picture, she was watching me pack. And that was just right before I left her. My last picture. She looked sad. Let's see. Go back. Who knows? I'll just share some pictures with you. I got my divorce papers in there because I had to take pictures of them and send them to whoever. I don't know. This is a little girl that I want to talk to you about sometime. And I guess I could do it now. I'm looking for her picture. This is her missing poster. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Morgan Nick. Morgan Nick went missing June 9th, 1995. I wrote a whole article on this and I've never done the video. Let's see. At 10:45 p.m. on March 9th, 1995, in Alma, Arkansas, 6-year-old Morgan Nick was abducted from a Little League baseball game by an unidentified man. Witnesses observed a man matching, wait a minute, matching, oh, no. Witnessed observed a man watching Morgan Nick as she was playing with other children at the park. The witness also saw a red Ford pickup with a white camper on the back, parked nearby, that disappeared at the time as Morgan. The man was described as a white male, 6 feet tall, with a, I think that says mustache, with a medium to solid build, a mustache, and a 1-inch beard. Jeez, I got my glasses on. I still can't see. He is believed to be between the ages of 23 and 38 years of age. At the time of the abduction. Okay, now on this is the number one suspect in the trial or the case of Morgan Nick. And this man, if anybody recognizes this man, knows this man, please, please, please contact Arkansas Bureau of Investigations. I don't know. I have the information. I can get it out for you. Where did I put it? On the desk. Okay, it's just right over there on my desk. Let's see. Suspect. Colleen Nick. Oh, what's this one? Oh, no, not that one. That's Betty White. Okay, Colleen Nick is her mother. I want pictures of Morgan. But the suspect, his truck right here. Oh, shoot. That is his truck. Right there. Come on. And this is actually a photograph of his truck that he was driving that day. in 1995. That's a long, long time. I think she's been missing now 27 or 28 years. I can't remember. I'd have to look. But he abducted her, and the way that I understand it, he put her in here. Now, this man not only abducted um, Morgan Nick, but I want to find all the stuff I have on her. I don't know why it wouldn't be right here. But Morgan Nick definitely is a case that I want to go over. You use e-cigarettes for about 6 months and then quit altogether. 11 years ago. Ooh, congratulations, Bailey. Damn, that's great. See, I have COPD and congestive heart failure already. So, you know, yeah, I know it's not good. I know it's not. I think there's a lot of different reasons why I smoke. Um, and it's terrible because I used to be able to swim like a fish, and now I can't breathe underwater. Um, I used to be able to sing like no other, and I can't no more. I mean, I sang all the time, but it's hard to do anything when you can't breathe. That's very scary. That's the most scariest feeling, um, is not being able to breathe. I don't know if anybody's ever got anything stuck in their throat where they couldn't breathe, or, but there's been times where my lungs have, uh, felt like they couldn't expand. Um, I had uh, fluid buildup on my heart and all kinds of crap going on. And in my lungs or something. So I mean, I don't remember a lot of it because I was out of it. But um, yeah, it's it's scary, and that kind of worries me too. Like, okay, I'll quit vaping and then, or start vaping and get my son lined out on his end of paying bills because stuff's going bad around here, and he went out and bought him a $40,000 car. So he can't help me pay anything. So, and I said something to him about the electric bill, and he says, "Well, I'll pay half of it." And I said, "So if you're going to start paying half of the bills, I need half of the rent." So, but we're going to have a little sit down. We're going to have a little chat. Or I am going to call the Indians and get into a place for older people that's all adults and just one level where I'm not walking up and down stairs. I mean, we have stairs right behind me. It's like, it's really cool. I mean, it really is cool. Um, I like it, but going up and down those stairs kills me. I have um, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and rheumatoid arthritis. Plus, I got all this metal in my back and the heart and lung problem. So I don't like stairs. They don't like me. So, and then I worry about the winter time. If I have a doggy, I'm going to have to get me some of those spiky things that you put on the bottoms of your shoes so I don't slip on the ice and stuff outside when I take it out to potty. But I mean, all the good, and I thought about getting a job too, but if I get a dog, I don't want to get a job because I don't want to be away from my dog. That's, or if I could take it to work with me, that'd be fine. Because it will be a service animal, not as more of an emotional therapy dog than, I mean, if anybody knows anything about that, they can kind of guide me that way. That would help. I have 19 people in here. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I'm glad y'all are watching. I would like some thoughts of what you would like to hear. Oh, and also I just went last month to this pain doctor, and the Indian sent me to. And I have to go one more time, and then it'll start being every month over the internet. But I was thinking about asking him if he would write me a prescription or whatever it is, saying that you get a card to get medical marijuana, which I wouldn't smoke it because I can't. That's too harsh. But I would like to have the gummies at least because they do help my depression. Believe it or not, I think they kind of give me an even keel. They really help my depression. And they help the pain too. So I don't know if any of you do that, use the gummies or anything, but let me know what you think about those. Um, I would love to not be able to smoke. Let's see. Um, who else? Who else? Oh, I wasn't done bitching, I don't think, about Hawkins County. I don't feel like they tried hard enough. I don't feel like they tried hard enough to find Summer at all. That's my opinion. They should have interrogated them parents while everybody else was looking. They should have tore that house apart, found all kinds of stuff to get them arrested for. Because I don't know what they had in their house, but surely they could have got them for something. I mean, look at their house, the condition, and they had children in that house. So how is that okay? And in a way, I feel like the Dr. Phil thing was kind of it wasn't a serious thing for Dr. Phil. I think it was more of a um, trying to trick somebody into screwing up. I think that's why they went there. Because the Dr. Phil show was thinking, yeah, we'll get something out of them, that we can use. I mean, where's Candace? Where is she? She's hiding. Why is she hiding? I can understand not wanting to be on that hill all alone. Her mom's gone, Dawn's gone, she's lost all of her kids again. That's a red flag, don't you think? What is it that Candace wanted to say? What was it she was wanting to tell Chris McDonough? She said, I heard her say, I want to tell him what happened. The only reason this is being covered up by Don is because he doesn't want to go to prison. He knows he's going to go to prison for Summer. But why not just uh why not just tell what happened? I think it would be a lot easier on them if they had said something at that time. Like she fell asleep in the truck, and I mean, when she found Summer, instead of having her mother take her off the property, that's my opinion, that her mother did, because I could see Grandis carrying Summer, her body. I could see it. And her mother took Summer away. And then at another time, Candace left to go search for Summer. That's the 2 times that they saw anybody leave the property. That's what was going on. And then, why did Dawn take the Subaru that day? Because it had GPS in it. So he could be proven what he was doing. And Candace couldn't prove what she was doing. I think they knew what they were going to do, honestly. I mean, it was down to the wire. CPS was going to come in. She was going to start going to school. People were going to start noticing what was going on. I don't think that Dawn did anything to Summer. I mean, to harm her that way. I mean, harming her the other way, yes. I think he started grooming her very, very young. Very young. And then it started happening at 3. I believe at 3 years old, that's when he started doing things to Summer. And Candace knew it. But I don't think she cared. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think she cared. I put my glasses on for a second. I do think Summer will be found. The only problem I have with that is she's nothing but bone now. If she's deceased, and if she's deceased and in that condition, she's around that property. She's around home, around that home. I can feel it. And goosebumps. it's just going to be hard to determine what happened, because they could have tested her kidneys and her liver, um, the fluid in her eyes. They could have checked a lot of things to see what actually did uh, cause her to die. But with all that gone now, um, the only thing they have is bone or bone marrow that they can test, and or her hair, um, if there's roots there, which there could be. Um, I did do a reading on Rose not long ago. And the reading I did on Rose, I feel like we've all been looking at the wrong sister. Because we've all said, well, what happened? Where did she go? Did Grandis do something? Did Candace do something? But no one has ever asked, did Jeannie do something? Jeannie was having an affair with Rose's husband. They were sisters. Sisters fight, sometimes very aggressively. And her husband's father was a truck driver that stopped at the restaurant where always, I mean, just that was his regular stop at that restaurant thing where they found Rose's car. And I think it was Grandis, wasn't it, that found Grandma's car or Rose's car? Oh, motorcycle guy's doing a delivery again. You'll hear him in a minute. I don't know what happened to his two dogs. He had two big pit bulls in his apartment next door, and he was never home. It's like, there he goes. He comes and goes all day, all night. He just takes one delivery at a time. That way he doesn't get busted with a lot if he does get caught. And, small towns, cops look the other way. They go, oh, there he goes, I don't like small towns for that reason. They're crooked. There seem like they're a safe place to live. And they are, but there's a lot of corruption in small towns. There really is. I just came from one where everybody was related. Literally. Man. I think Hawkins County, it just seems like this sheriff, I don't remember what his name is, Ronnie Lawson. He just seems so, oh, well, type. Yeah, we've been looking real hard and we don't need your help. And what? It's a child. Take all the help you can get. And I don't know if any of you've heard what I've said about Michael Vaughn. I don't like people calling him a monkey. Uh, I don't know why, but that pisses me off. Um, his family can do it, and it's be fine. But for us to use his nickname like that, I don't like it. But I think there was somebody that came to the house that day that he went missing to bring his father Tyler something. And when Tyler left the room to go do that, is when he was saying he was changing diaper or whatever. Um, so that may be true partially, but he was doing something else first. Um, and during that time, the other guys leave. I'll see you later, and they leave. Well, they are watching Michael because Michael left to go play, and I think they took Michael and gave him to someone as a like a payoff, and that person kept him for a while, but just for a while. And they they were pretty much out in the country people. And he was I don't know if he was registered or not, but he was one of those guys. And he was a payoff. Michael was a payoff. But like I've said before, I really don't believe that like some kids are just never found. And that's hard because then you live your whole life not knowing what happened or where he is. And that's hard. But I don't think he'll ever be found. There's nothing left. I mean, from what I'm seeing, there's no way. There's nothing left. And it's bad because I see I see things and I can't help it. Let's see. These things keep going out. I know it's a safety feature, so I guess I shouldn't bitch too much. Okay. Does anybody in here want to be read? Does anybody want a reading? Want a reading? Now, when I do readings, I want to explain the rules. I did do a video on this, but I need to put it back up, I guess. When I do readings, I do not want anybody telling me anything. Like, if you want to come up here on panel, I can drop a link. Or I kind of prefer it that way. That way, sometimes I don't have to, but if you want me to read, like somebody in particular, if I could get their first name and nothing else, I usually ask for a photograph of that person, but we can try whatever we want to do. Did you say you do? Let's see. I'm blind. You do? Okay. How do you want to do this? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Small towns, they're nice, but then, you know, I guess everything has its pros and cons. My son likes the city better because people don't look at, they don't really pay attention in the city. They just don't. Cops don't either. So I guess it's best to live in the city. Okay, so you want a reading. So do you want to come up on panel and I can drop you a link? Um, the only thing that I want is the picture of the person you want read and their first name. That's all I want. So, and that's not coming from the psychic side. That a psychic is different. Um, Medium can interact with people on the other side, people that are in spirit. Blanche. Is that a little ghost on your emoji thing? Looks like a little ghost. Here, let me see. I can do it this way and probably see better. Looks like a little ghost. Um, well, let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh, I did it. I did it. No, I need a picture of the person that is passed that you want me to read. Or are you wanting to ask me questions about you? Because it's, I can still do readings on people that are alive. It's just different. I don't need a picture. Yeah, you can ask questions about you. I enjoy doing readings. But the link's there if anybody wants to come up and get read. But yeah, you can ask me any kind of questions you want to. I've even did a reading on a dog. Um, the dog that I read was, I said, you got this dog you rescued it. And I told her that he's he needs more. I told her that the dog was kind of depressed and he needed more, like another dog to play with. Um, and basically, her neighbors poisoned her dog because they didn't like it. They didn't like that dog. Um, so that was what happened with that dog, with that reading. It's not always pretty. I am at a weird crossroads in my life. What do you see? What do I see? Is this about work? Because if it's about work, if it's about work, money is not changing jobs. And maybe this isn't for you, maybe this is for somebody else, but this is what I'm getting. Changing jobs. Okay, this job you make a lot of money, but you're really not happy. But this job, you're going to be happy, and you're not going to get paid as much. And maybe you have to move or something, but it's in a different location. You're not going to make as much, but you're trying to like downsize and make everything more comfortable, like you downsizing maybe, um to make your life more comfortable and more easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. um and money is not what's making you happy. Downsizing is probably, I think it's going to be the best thing for you to do. Um, and I feel like you're not really wanting to do it because you're scared about the money, not being able to make it and stuff. Um, but I think your harmony, your energy, and being happy inside is worth more than the money. Um, wait, oh, wait, let me see. Um, Hi, Mags. Oh, it's your husband's work? Okay. Is it that the fact that he's not happy in a higher paying position, and that validates, I got goosebumps. So that validates me knowing that I'm right, and then you say, "Holy crap, you're spot on." Um, I think you guys, your stress level with the money is too high. And I think just, like I said, taking the lower position or lower, maybe it is a position. Is it a lower position and that's why he's not going to get paid as much? I don't know, but um yeah. But don't, you guys are scared about this, but it's going to be okay. Um Downsizing, are you going to be downsizing or thinking, okay, we're going to have to, eliminate this and eliminate that and get a cheaper place? And because I mean I see there's this difference in pay, but are y'all downsizing, thinking about moving? So I enjoy doing this. um when I read Josh from the lab, he wasn't even here. I was doing a live and we were talking about him, and all of a sudden I just went whoosh. That happens sometimes. He wants to change careers completely. We are wanting to downsize. Good. Well, I'm glad that worked out for you. Because I was getting things, but it was like, okay, if this is not for you, it's for somebody else, but it was for your husband. Okay, that's one where I guess that's, yeah, I got goosebumps. So yeah, that's why I was thinking this might be for somebody else. So that explains that. Okay. Does anybody else want to get read? It's fun. I mean, um, see, I can do stuff like this online. Proof positive, more is not always better. Yeah. Yep. That's true. Has anybody ever read you before, Meg? Blanche? I hope you let everybody know what happened. I mean, it's not it's not that big of a deal. I didn't do anything, but that's what I got from your energy. Not you? Are you scared, Mags? I've even read people that came in and they were like a troll. Yeah, that was fun. I was saying I've never been read. Oh. Oh, thank you. That's nice. I appreciate that a lot. See, I read people that are alive, but I read people that are on the other side too. Um, this is more psychically, but if I read somebody that is past, it's medium side. Yeah. And see, I see in a lot of these cases, um, that's why I can honestly say that I Summer's on that hill. She's around that property somewhere. And I think that if I went there, I would probably be able to find it. As long as everybody would leave me alone so I could get her energy. And that's basically what a lot of this is energy. Um, I don't know. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. I'd like to do one. If I come up, do I have to be on camera? No, you don't have to be on camera. Now, do you want yourself read or do you want a deceased person read? Because that's different. And the less you tell me, the better off. If it is a person who has passed, all I want is their picture and their first name, and I can like talk to them. Oh, you want yourself done? Oh, okay. I can drop a link again. Let's see. Yep, there you go. While she's doing that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and I will be right back. Okay. It's about coffee time. Did she? Okay, she's here. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Just wanting a reading?
Yes. I've
Okay.
never, well, I've done one years and years ago, but I haven't done one in a long time.
Mm. Do you have your camera on?
I don't know. Do I?
Think so.
Is it okay how it is, or can you see me?
I see two little lights.
Oh,
Looks like a
okay.
cat or something.
Yeah, I'm in bed. That's
Oh,
why,
okay.
that's why I didn't know if I had to,
Okay. Yeah,
if
I
you had to
guess
be
it
able to
is.
see me.
I guess it is kind of late. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Um,
okay.
you're drinking coffee now. Yeah, I want one. Uh, yeah, it's about coffee time. I know it sounds ridiculous. It's almost midnight here, but oh well. Okay. So what's going on? Is Bailey your real name?
No,
Did I
no,
ask you that already?
no,
Okay. I thought I did.
no. My
I
name's
didn't.
Joanne.
Oh, you didn't have to say,
Oh, it
but
doesn't matter.
you're wanting to know about yourself, right?
Yes. Self, family, whatever.
We'll see, because I feel like it's more family than it is you.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm. There's a lot of turmoil going on, and I don't think it's very good for you. It seems like it's getting to you physically.
Yes.
Um, I don't feel like it's really your kids. I think it's your husband.
I,
Um,
I don't
he's
have
not
a,
okay, because I was gonna say I don't see any support.
yeah, I don't have a husband.
Okay,
Well,
that's
I
why.
did. He passed away.
Well, I feel like he can still give you support from the other side, but I don't feel like he was ever really very supportive.
Mm-mm.
And your your kids are done grown, but you have to do what you want to do, not for them anymore.
Yeah.
They got to learn how to fly on their own because it's dragging you down, it's making you sick. Um, I think I shouldn't ask questions, but I feel like you have a son that is causing you a lot of being upset. Is it your son?
Yes.
He's got a. He seems like he's very aggressive towards you. I don't
Sometimes.
know why. it's not my place to know why. I'm just saying I don't that's what I'm feeling. You need to get I'm sorry, but you need to get away from him. But
Yeah.
he's in your house.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the problem, is getting him out.
Mm-hmm.
Is he that violent that
No, no,
it's
no.
okay.
He's not
Okay.
violent at all.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like he's too dependent on you. I mean, if unless I'm wrong, I don't know. I
Yes, he is.
Is he disabled?
No.
It seems like you know somebody that's disabled or was disabled, because that's what I'm picking up, and it's a guy,
Hmm.
unless it's somebody else. Uh, but that's strange.
Do you know how he's disabled?
It's seems like this person at one time was slowly declining into a wheelchair. It's an older man. I don't know who it is, of course, but um
Can it be somebody who passed?
yeah,
It
yeah.
could be my dad.
If your dad was alive, would he step in and say something?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay. That's probably why he's coming in, because I'm picking that up, and I got goosebumps. So, um, do you have a picture of your father?
Yes.
Can you hold it up to the screen so maybe I can see it?
Um, I don't have a physical picture. I have pictures on my phone, but I don't have.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if I could see his picture, I would know if who I'm getting is him. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I
Um,
moved recently. Well, not recently, but all my pictures are still packed away.
yeah. I I don't know if this is right, but um, was your dad's name Jim?
No.
Okay. Well, that creeped me out just now. The reason why I said it creeped me out is because my dad, okay, that's what it is. And it's weird how this stuff works, but it's like they show me things, and it's not really actually what they're what had happened, it's like a little puzzle type thing. Like I have to figure out what this means.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of times it's like charades. It's I don't know. And they show me things that trying to talk to me. They show me things, and I'm supposed to figure out what that means, what the meaning behind it is.
Yeah.
And my dad was stubborn, and he would have said something too if my kids weren't treating me quite right, you know?
Right.
And he slowly declined from cancer into a wheelchair. So maybe that was them showing me my dad and how stubborn he is to be like your dad and how stubborn your dad. Well, I guess your dad was stubborn, or did
Yes,
you talk
very
to him?
stubborn.
Okay. Okay. So let's see how that works. It's really weird. Um, it's weird how they do things because I okay. Your son, is he working?
No.
I didn't think so. And I hate to say that your son's not working. He's, but yeah, he needs to be working. That's
Yes.
I kept thinking he's not working. He's not working. Um, am I guessing you don't work anymore?
No, I don't.
You're just say on disability or social security or something.
Yes.
Mm. He's gonna have to do something, and you guys are just gonna have to sit down and talk. Uh, just like me and my son, we're gonna have to sit down and talk about this shit that's going on. It's it sounds like a lot of the same thing, but it's like I wasn't getting support from your husband, and I was getting aggression from your son.
I mean, not physically, but verbally.
Well, yeah, but he's wearing you down money wise and health wise, and it's not good for you.
Yeah.
And do you need him to help support you financially?
Well, he has been because he had money saved, but it's running out very soon.
Yeah. He's going to wait till the last minute.
Hmm.
Very similar situation that I'm in. Um, it's weird. Maybe I see your dad there because he wants you to say something
Yeah.
like he would.
Hmm.
This one is a little different. Oh, let me see. Like to keep track of how many people's watching.
Well, thank
That's
you
good.
so much. I don't want to hold you up longer.
Oh, you're fine. I wish you all the luck with your son. I know what you're going through is scary. It's very similar to what I'm going through.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, how do I leave? I don't know how to
Oh,
do this.
let me see. Okay. I think there should be a button that says leave studio. There. I took that down, that part down. Okay. Okay. How can I contact you to read my grandfather who passed 11 years ago? My email. I'll put it right here. There's my email. And let me check something else real quick. Real quick here. Mm, oh, right here. Oh, shoot. What did I do? What did I do? Oh. Oh. Let's try this again. It's the only way I can think to do it. No, not like that. Like this. Mm, no. Oh, right here. Okay. There we go. Okay. And I figured, I don't know, maybe this will work. Okay. And that's my PayPal. Which I need to figure out how to do that. My son, I don't ask him to help me do anything anymore. It's just easier to find out myself. Just email me a picture of your grandfather and his first name. Or you can do it now if you want to. Been on here a couple hours, but it doesn't matter. Or you can email me the picture, and then I do readings online or through my email for $50. I mean, they're a lot more in depth than these little ones. Which these little ones, I should probably charge for them as well, really. I should. Maybe that would help. But that's it. I mean, the less that I am told, the better off. Thank you, but that's not what I meant. You didn't have to send me anything. But thank you very much, Miss Bailey. She's in the same boat I am. I appreciate that very much. Oh, you're fine. You are fine. You didn't have to send me anything. I was asking if you guys wanted a reading of any kind. Um, when I do a reading on someone who's already passed, they only tell me what you need to know. And they tell me stuff and I tell you. Um, it's it's interesting how this works. I enjoy doing this. Um, I need to get out to the cemetery. We have a cemetery out here. I will email you a picture name tomorrow. I've been trying to contact him for years with no luck. Wow. Hmm. So, Blanche, you go to um, other, you've been to other psychics and stuff? See, I don't know. I don't know how to read cards. I really don't. Um, I use a pendulum sometimes. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but my son, he said the other day, he told me, Mom, you might want to sage the house or smudge the house. And I said, Why? And he goes, Well, this guy that I've been talking to, this guy at work or something, he said he's got two entities attached to him. I said, Entities? Like, what kind of entities? Like demons or elementals or, you know, what's going on? And he goes, I don't know. He told me about him. Um, so I don't know if this guy is psychic and doesn't understand how it works, or if he's a medium and doesn't know how it works, or if he's got something wrong, or if he's got something wrong up here. But I saged the house and I saged his bedroom like all night long when he was gone. Um, so yeah, it's my son has this too. He hasn't worked with his a lot and hasn't refined his abilities, but he knows things, and it's really a little. I'm happy. I am. I'm happy he has that ability, um, because he just knows. But that doesn't keep him from making bad choices. I did it. I knew in my gut. Both times I got married, it was wrong. I didn't listen to my gut. I listened to other parts of my body. I didn't I knew in my gut it was wrong. And you know, your head will tell you one thing and your heart will tell you something, and you're like, well, he'll get better. He won't always be this way, or he didn't mean it, or he's just upset or had a bad day. And you know in your gut, mm, I don't think I want to marry this guy. I don't want, but you do it anyway. Because why? Money, security, insurance. When you know your gut is saying, it's like somebody kicks you in the gut. That's a warning sign. And I know, as a gifted person, that I should have went with my gut. I know that. And I didn't. And now I'm living the life. I thank God for everything that I have. I do. I thank God for everything that I have, which I need to do something about getting out of this, whatever I'm in. It's like I'm in this rut or something that I'm treading water I can't get out. I've pawned all my stuff and I can't get it out. And I'm washing my underwear in the bathroom sink. Um, it's like, okay, how much longer can I do this? Something's going to have to change. It's just, I can't do it anymore. And it makes me depressed. And then I want my dog, and there's no dog. And then I think, okay, how am I going to afford it? And it's awful. I have contacted 2 psychics before. Neither could reach him. Okay. Well, you know, I always say if you put us all in one room, we're not all going to be the same. I mean, you could section us off into our abilities, but even when you do that, say you have 5 mediums here, or like me, I can tell when somebody's going to die and what they're going to die from. I hate that, but I do know that. And I need to stop thinking about that. I'm trying not to think about it. But all psychics are different. All mediums are different. I mean, the way that I do things is not the way that somebody else does things. Um, and the ones that have abilities are born this way. And it just becomes such a natural part of life. But if you are born into a family that is all like, no, 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 it makes it harder, um, because you have to learn your abilities, what you can do and what you can't do, and how to close it off, and then how to open it up. Because the spirits are always with me, and I have to close it out. And I have to tell them, okay, come back another day and we'll talk, you know And I get a lot of them that just, some of them won't go away. I've been kept up. I've been kept up, you know, people wanting me to talk to them. And they're people to me, even though they've passed. And I know some people don't really understand that, but they still need respect. They want to be heard. They have something to say. And one day we will be them. Think about it that way. One day we will be in spirit. So I hope that someone is kind to me if they want to call on me. And I'm going to make dang sure that there are some people who know that when I die, I want them to channel me because I know that stuff. I know how it works. Um, and I'm not afraid to die. I'm not, because I'm a very spiritual person. I know where I'm going, and I know that when I am able to visually put my eyes on Jesus, I'm going to just, just drop, you know. And I love that song. I can think of the words, but I can't think of the name of the song. Can't remember. But it's a good song. Now I'm going to go nuts and have to go find it. I look forward to seeing your uncle, your grandpa, and if you want to email it, that way I can make sure and I get it. Because if I don't get it, then um, I won't have any way to get back to you. I just really started learning how to send links. It's crazy. I've really enjoyed this. I can only imagine. Yeah, I love that song. And it's like every time I hear that song, I cry. Every time. I love it. But it's like I can only imagine. I mean, because isn't that what we're all living for? I mean, we're living our lives, but isn't seeing him and being with him our ultimate goal? Isn't it? It should be, right? I think I get off on preaching sometimes too. So I will I will cut it off right here and go get me a cup of coffee. But I had fun. I really did. I appreciate you guys coming in, and the 9.99 super sticker, Bailey. That was sweet. And I look forward to your picture of your grandpa, uh, Blanche. I hope I get it. Hi, Tin. You always come in at the end, don't ya? um, have you been watching, or did you just get here? Oh, and Ozzy, if you happen to see this, please get a hold of me. Oh, you're welcome. Good night. Oh, you just popped in. Well, I read a couple of ladies here, Blanche and Bailey. Just a little quickie thing. Um, but it was enjoyable. I enjoy reading people. I was just getting ready to go get me a cup of coffee. It's coffee time. Coffee time, and I was going to put some music on, but it's too late now. Because well, I could put my headphones on, but when I listen to music, I enjoy loud music. It's the only way to listen to music is loud. And I've really been into Disturbed lately. If anybody knows who that is, or if you know who this is, that way. Megadeth. Love them too. Uh, I've seen probably every concert they were ever in the United States, but not overseas. But oh, thank you. You're amazing and beautiful too. Stupefy. Wah. Oh, Blanche, that's cool. Um, God, there's so many good ones. I watched this documentary on David, and I can never remember his last name. I know it, but he was a psychology major, and he studied criminal law, and he ended up becoming a uh, I don't know, some kind of director of a hospital. Um, it was awesome. He's married. He has a son, one kid, and his name is Sam. Um, but yeah, I like them. And he's a good guy. I mean, he went through his young life. His When he was 16, his girlfriend OD'd, and he was into drugs real bad, and he about died when after I don't know, he was like 18, I think he said. Um, and he realized he had to stop doing what he was doing. If you go to my community post on my page, there is, I copied a video of his, and it's in The Sound of Silence. The Sound of Silence. I put a little thing there of his stuff, that some of the stuff I learned about him, and his video, him singing. And I watched this guy that he's a conductor of an orchestra. He listened to it, and he was just floored. It was awesome. And I listened to these people that do they teach you voice lessons, choir teachers or something like that. I don't remember what they called it. But it's like this one woman, I don't know about the others, but this one, she was just bawling. And I do that too when I listen to that song. Oh, Dramian. Yeah. That's I think that's right. I think that's why I always forget it. But he grew up what do you say, Orthodox, Jewish, something, and he got when he was young, he was ornery, and he did some ornery things because he went to a Catholic school or something, and he got kicked out. But he was a kid. Anyway, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay. Well, you guys, I've had a really, 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 really good time. I look forward to reading and all that kind of stuff. I love doing that for you guys. I hope it helps you. And I know the ones that I do of people who have crossed over. Those they usually help people a lot more than just, this stuff. Hi, Elizabeth. I want to ask about Jenny Penny, the situation. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. What do you want to ask me about? You think she was loving Josh? Well, my opinion of it, the tapes really shouldn't have been made. But I understand why she did it. But their private life should have stayed private. But she made those tapes and she sent them out to a lot of different YouTubers. There's like 17 of them. She made copies of all that stuff and or whatever, downloaded it or however, and sent it to 17 or more channel creators. Which she shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have done that. Because what do you expect? It's going to get out. No matter what. I mean, it's like I say, if somebody wants to take nude pictures of you, don't let them. Because they cannot be trusted with the technology of stuff. Oh, I deleted it. Yeah, right. It's still in that phone or whatever. It's just wrong. She did, but that's what she did wrong. Well, and she just bitch around, Josh. And I didn't think that was right. She was not scared of Josh, or she wouldn't have talked to him that way. Because Tiffany was saying she was telling her, Jenny Penny was telling Tiffany that she was scared of Josh. She was scared of Josh. But she couldn't have been and talked to him that way, in my opinion. But she wanted more. He did pay her back. I know. He did get her paid back. So that should have been the end of it. But what Josh did that I don't agree with is that if he had this girlfriend, what was he doing with Jenny Penny? You know, he says that he put out a post This has always been my girlfriend, and I love her, and we're going to get married, and she's been the only one. And no, she hasn't. What about Jenny Penny? Screw the money. I'm talking about this is the girl that you say that you've been with this whole time, one and only that you're going to marry, but yet you had Jenny Penny over here. That's what I don't like. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. He used Jenny, in my opinion. He lied, and I don't like lying. Lying to me, I would rather somebody come up and knock the shit out of me than to lie to me. I hate that. The things that piss me off the most is to be lied to, and I hate racist. Just because somebody is a different color don't mean shit. We're all the same. I don't judge people by their color. I judge people by their actions. That's just me. She didn't accomplish anything. Don't believe the girlfriend story. The girlfriend, not Jenny Penny, but the girlfriend. Oh, that's fine. You can ask. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, God sees everything. Yeah, He does, and you can lie to people and do all kinds of things. You may not get caught on camera or on video somewhere or tape, but God sees you. And you have to live with what you do. So, and my kids know it. My kids, they know. Don't ask me nothing if you don't want to know the truth, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I always did, even when they were little, but just little that they could understand. As they grew up, they learned more and more, because I just don't lie to them. I've always had very open communication with my kids. Sometimes too much. And I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you did. I don't know. I just think that's a good way to be with your kids, you know. Yes, the girlfriend story, but it does make me look at Josh in a new light. You know, when he did his video last night, I watched. But I didn't comment. I am too. I am. I'm very disappointed because I thought I knew Josh. Because I read him. I mean, he wasn't. If I'm sitting here alone, and I think about somebody, and I go in this mode, I don't know what mediums call it, but I can pick up on people. And I didn't know Josh's story for a long, long time. But I got his grandma, and not the one that was raising him, it was his other grandma. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, the lady that I picked up on could have been, I think it was his grandma though, but it could have been that lady therapist that he was talking about. Um, because he had talked about it not too long ago that she had passed. And he was real close to her and stuff. So I'm wondering if I was picking her up or if it was really his grandma. And then I got that his father was in prison for killing his mother and that Josh saw the whole thing. That was his first memory ever, and he was 3 years old. And I asked Josh about these things, except for the therapist lady. I didn't know, I wasn't thinking about that. I just thought it was his grandma. But I asked Josh these questions, you know, and he said, yeah, yep, yep, yep. And I said, okay. And I assumed it was his grandma that was telling me all these things. And so I sent him a message. And that's when he told me, yeah. So anyway, I thought I knew him, but I think I still do. I think he's just going through something right now. I I think Josh is just going through something right now. But I think his girlfriend, this girlfriend that he had, right? He had a girlfriend on the side, and he had Jenny Penny. Well, I don't think. I mean, he loved the girlfriend. Um, so if he loves the girlfriend, and she's the only one, and now he's going to marry her and all this, but he told Jenny Penny, no, there was no girlfriend. He told a lot of lies. Um, that bothers me. It disappoints me that he had, I mean, I don't think this girl should marry him because of all his lies that he's told. Because he was telling Jenny Penny, no, he didn't have a girlfriend. But he did. So, how can you trust anything he's going to say, You didn't know about the second lady? Well, yeah, he was dating Jenny Penny and getting money from her when he had this other girlfriend because him and Jenny Penny had broke up and he paid the money back to her. But yet there was all these phone conversations that Jenny Penny made, sent out, wrong, wrong, wrong. And he lied. And I just think Josh really is going through something right now. And I don't know if he's kind of like hit rock bottom, but I'm not saying that he's been on anything. I'm just like mentally exhausted, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know AV Watchman, but if you don't, look him up. He's great. And I read him. This was a long time ago. And I told him that, and this is what made me so close to him, is because I read him. The same with Josh. Just breaks my heart. Yeah, I know. It's sad. But I think their private life should have stayed private. I don't think she should have passed out those recordings. I think she wanted them to go out so she could try and hurt Josh, honestly. I think so. Yeah, I think he will. I think last night was a big test for him. When I watched Josh come out yesterday, and I hate the glare, but when I seen Josh, that's why I wanted to watch his show last night, because I wanted to see how it was going to go. Because as far as I know, that was the first time he'd been on since all this shit came out, I think. And a lot of people were saying that they were glad to see him back. So I don't know if he got taken down for a while. You know, it kind of seemed like he did, but I'm not sure. Um, kind of concerned about him mentally. Yeah, I am too. I am too. I think that he's mentally exhausted. And you know, I get like that a lot of times. I mean, he does suffer from depression, and he's got to have some kind of PTSD. I mean, from what he saw at 3 years old, his father killing his mother has got to do something to your head. I don't care who you are. That's got to mess you up. And he was 3. You know, and it doesn't matter how old you are, seeing something like that, even if it's not our parents, we see something like that happen out in the street or something, it's going to affect you mentally. And this lady, I wish I could remember her name, his therapist, Marilyn, was it Marilyn? Oh, I think it was Marilyn. Um, because that might have been the lady that I talked to. I don't know. Because I've never seen a picture of her. I've never seen a picture of his grandma. So, but if I did, I could tell you who I was talking to. Um, but I don't know. I am disappointed. But I don't know. Maybe I should email him, but he probably didn't want to read anything. You know, he's probably sick of all the crap he's getting. I don't know. I did do a video that said, "Dear Josh," who's cheating who? I don't know. I have enjoyed tonight a lot, though. I think what we need to do is actually support Josh to help him get through it. Honestly, that's what I think we need to do. I mean, she made the tapes, she sent them out. Everybody knows what happened. It's done and over with. He paid her back. So let's drop it and go forward. That's my final thought on that. Um, maybe I'll make him a little video. I'm going to go get some coffee for now. So, 3 hours. You guys have been awesome. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I've had a blast. I love reading you guys. Yeah, I'm going to. I am going to reach out to him um, in more of a positive way than what he's been getting. But I will talk at you guys later. It was nice to talk to you, Elizabeth, and you're more than welcome to come back. If you guys haven't gave me a thumbs up, if you would do that for me, that would be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Um, maybe I'll read you next time. Do I believe in reincarnation? Yes, I do. I do. I have lived before. I remember things. Um, I do, and I can make a video on that. We can, just like talk about it and stuff like that if you would like to. That I love that stuff. And I love talking about um let's see, reincarnation. And it's a proven thing that it's happened. I mean, it's awesome. Um Plus, with my Native American side, I have a lot of beliefs about, you know, um, a lot of things, a lot of Native American traditional beliefs I was raised with. So, but yes, I do. I love to talk about it. Oh, conspiracy theories. I love talking about conspiracy theories. Um, love to do a whole live on that too. But for now, I will let you go. And I'm going to go get me some coffee. And my son should be coming home any time. So I will let you go. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the super sticker, Bailey. And I will be watching my email. Blanche. Thank you guys. Good night.